Yo, what's up? It's your boy JJ Brom back with another video. In today's video, we're reacting to how UK drill changed Britain forever. Let's get into it. Let's go straight. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Obviously, I'm hearing the speculation around people thinking that drill music is the cause when it's actually an escape route.
Locals told me
I do hear that, blood. I hear what he said there, bruh. Like, they try to say drill music is the cause of violence and shit. Don't get me wrong, drill music does influence a lot of the youths. It does influence a lot of the youths. But it is also an escape route, man. It is also an escape for these people who were already in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the people who were already in the streets, already on this shit, it is an escape route, and it gets some of them out of the hood. You know what I'm saying? So I hear that, bruh.
they see no end to the knife crime epidemic.
All it's doing is televising it, it's telling you what's happening because you guys just don't know.
This map charts the killings in London since the start of the year. Behind every mark, a life taken, a family bereaved.
I started having beefs with people because I made a song, and in the song I said, "We run Woolwich." And they're like, "What do you mean you run Woolwich? We run Woolwich." I was like, "No, we run Woolwich." Childish. Then we chased them, and then they're just chasing.
Yeah, motherfuckers with dead ass beef over postcodes, and it still happens to this day. The beef over postcodes, the beef over areas, which to me is silly, man. Why are you beefing over a postcode? Like, it's silly, but it happens to this day. It still happens.
Chasing, and then from chasing it turns into stabbing.
The numbers don't lie. Before drill, crime across the board was dropping year on year dramatically. From 2003 to 2013, crime went down a third, homicides went down nearly a half, and between 2006 to 2013, knife-related offences dropped 32%. And then suddenly, a new explosive genre came to take over the music scene, and the numbers began reversing real quick. In the next 5 years, knife crime increased over 80%. Knife-related homicides were the highest since records began, with 25% of these victims being black, the highest percentage ever recorded in UK history. Something changed fast, it was like a virus. You had areas with no real history of gangs or violence, suddenly dealing with sharp increases in
That's facts, bro. That is factual there, right there. That is factual. Because, bro, these youths and shit who come from a loving family, a family who takes care of them, loves them with a roof over their head, they're truly blessed and shit. And then these youths would listen to these songs and get influenced, which is stupid, which makes no sense, because I listen to drill. I've listened to drill. I listen to my fair share of drill. You know what I'm saying? I don't really listen to drill now, but I used to listen to drill back in the day when it was in its prime, like 2019. I used to listen to drill back then. You get me? But I never wanted to be bad, man. I never wanted to go out in the streets, stab people and shit. I never wanted to do that. So to me, it makes no sense why these youths think, oh, it's cool to be on the streets and shit, because it's not cool to be on the streets. It's just not. It's not. Like, people gotta realize these drill rappers who are making this music, they were already on the streets. They were born into the streets, you know what I'm saying? They probably don't even want to be in the streets themselves. They probably don't even want to be in the streets themselves. They were just born into that shit, and they didn't see no other way out. But then music came along, the drill genre came along, and now they saw this opportunity for a way out, an escape route. You get me?
violent crime and antisocial behaviour.
Young man was stabbed here in Gloucester 12 times last December. Now local police are trying to keep safe the streets of their not normally violent town.
With increasing cases even creeping into some of the nation's most respected establishments. Take the case of Joshua Mona, a rich kid from one of the most prestigious private schools in the country, stabbing his fellow pupil to death after what teachers and family members described
This is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying, brother. What did
the country, stabbing his fellow Joshua Mona, a rich kid from one of the most prestigious private schools in the country.
A rich kid from a private school? A rich kid from a private school? You're rich. Your parents have put you in private school. What business do you have acting bad, man, and being on the streets? You have no business doing that, my boy. You have no business doing that. Like, what are you doing? Do you think it's cool? It's not cool, bro. I bet you're spending your life in jail right now. Is that shit cool? Now you're getting your boot. I wanna chill, bruh. I wanna chill.
Country, stabbing his fellow pupil to death after what teachers and family members described as a year-long psychotic episode involving heavy cannabis use and drill music. And this was no isolated incident. These cases were cropping up across the nation, and today we'll be exploring exactly how far it all went. Real quick guys, if you're watching this video in the first week of it being uploaded, it would be a massive help if you could hype this video up. If you're watching on your phone, all you have to do
9 days ago, I'm late. I'm late to everything recently, but I'll still drop you a like, my boy. Shout out to Kid Nerd, by the way. Shout out to Kid Nerd, bro. When I first started YouTube, I used to react to a lot of Kid Nerd videos, so bringing it back is... yeah, man. W Kid Nerd.
is click on the description, click on where it says hype points, and then click on hype video. And this does more help than you can imagine. Also, check out my second channel where I upload more content weekly of some of the craziest police
Yeah, and if you're watching my video on YouTube, make sure you do the same shit. Make sure you hype this video up, you get me?
encounters caught on camera. Thank you guys for your continued support. Now, to understand the real effects of drill music, we need to look pre-drill, focusing primarily between 2008 to 2013, a time when the nation had every reason to see a crime wave. 2008, the global financial crisis struck, and the effects were bad. Banks collapsed, the economy contracted, businesses shut down, and hundreds of thousands lost jobs. Unemployment rose sharply, especially amongst young men, and by 2010, austerity began. Youth clubs closed, local councils cut services, police budgets were reduced, and welfare tightened. If there was ever a perfect reason for rising crime, this was it. But that's not what happened. Between 2008 to 2013, overall crime continued to fall. Burglary fell, vehicle theft fell, robberies declined, and homicides dropped. Not slightly, but substantially. This wasn't a minor dip, it was part of one of the longest sustained crime declines in modern British history. Academic researchers pointed to a few reasons: higher security, more digital distractions, and overall more civility in society. More and more kids didn't care about being outside. They had smartphones, social media, games consoles, everything you would need to distract yourself.
Hey, see, sometimes these things ain't bad, bruh. Sometimes these things help the world. But nah, go outside for real though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, bro, you can go outside without stabbing a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You can go outside without stabbing a motherfucker or doing some dumb shit, bro. Like, I was outside all the time when I was a kid. I was playing football. We had Nerf gun wars. We had, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? We had fun out in the street, bro. We'd go forest, build dens and shit, bro. We had fun when we was kids. You can go outside without stabbing people, blood.
No matter what is going on around you. And by 2014, the economy and the unemployment rate was back to pre-crisis levels. But somehow, this was the year stuff started reversing hard. Most crimes like arson, theft, and vehicle crime continued dropping, but certain crimes rose faster than ever before. And I'm talking very specifically about drug offences, knife offences, and homicides. Not just in the big cities either. This was happening nationwide, in all but 9 of police force territories, hitting some places that hadn't seen crime increases since the 90s. And many believe the rise in crime came with the introduction of drill. Now, if you're watching this video, I'm sure you have at least some idea about what the UK drill genre is about. It was a new, aggressive, and disrespectful sound emerging in South London that started as an underground phenomenon, but would eventually take over the mainstream. Heavily influenced by Chicago drill, the genre started off as a way to rep your area and diss your enemies. December of 2013, the first known drill diss titled It's Cracking was released by a group from Britian, South London, directed towards another group located only 4 minutes away, starting the first drill feud in London. Fast forward to the end of 2014, you pretty much had most areas in South London with its own drill gang all dissing each other, even going as far to prestigious South London towns like Wimbledon, a place more known for its leafy suburbs and global tennis tournament. You have to understand, before drill, many of these areas previously had no issues with each other. Real life gang wars where people were dying were now starting just simply because of words on a beat, and this was spreading fast. As time went on,
It's crazy how gang wars and postcode beefs and shit like this started over songs. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, you know, these cat rappers, bro. You know, these people who like make songs and just be saying anything, be talking crazy and then put them out there. Like, bro, you gotta be careful what you say in songs, bro, because a certain motherfucker might see that and be like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't say shit in it because I make songs saying some bullshit. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Straight up capping my rap. I tell you that straight up, but I don't release them in it. So it is what it is, bro. I don't release them. I just do it for fun. You know what I'm saying? I do it for fun and keep it to myself. Because yeah. But like, just be careful be careful what you say in songs and put out there, innit, bro? Because a certain motherfucker might see that and take it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just be careful, man. Be careful.
This sound started picking up elsewhere in London, in north, east, west, and even outside of London. You now had towns with literally no history of gang violence ever, with these drill gangs spreading to safe suburban towns in Kent and Essex. Places like Maidstone, Canterbury, Grays, suburban, clean, nice areas inheriting a gang problem inspired by London's drill wave.
Good evening. Young people in Kent are deliberately copying the gang culture that's been linked to a series of shootings and stabbings in London. This programme's discovered. At its heart is a form of aggressive rap music known as drill.
It was almost like people were having an identity crisis. Everyone wanted their area to seem
Dead ass, that's what it was, bro. Dead ass, that's what it was. Yeah, fries, put the fries in the bag.
Drill.
It was almost like people were having an identity crisis.
Yeah,
Everyone wanted
identity crisis. That's the one.
their area to seem the worst, the most treacherous, the most dangerous.
Isn't it like? We don't lie, we tell the truth in our raps, like, it's not lie. Don't like it, don't listen to it, innit? Simple, like.
I mean, you even had kids repping areas they weren't even from. Take Newham, a borough on the outer edges of East London, which became the stage of one of drill's most infamous feuds, between the south side and the north side of the borough. This war was going on way before drill, but the magnitude of deaths it caused after drill music boomed in the area was outstanding. 2017 to 18, the beef went viral, with two rappers, CB from north side and Young Diz from south side, hitting millions of views on the.
CB was a menace, bro. I swear that motherfucker aimed a shotgun at the police. CB was a menace.
Diss tracks, contributing to 6 back and forth murders in 11 months in the borough, at the height of the drill spotlight. And the worst thing is, a lot of these kids weren't even from the borough. You had kids repping both sides of Newham from nearby Essex, developing what was once a local feud to a large-scale problem which saw attacks in Brentwood and Southend, areas miles and miles away from the borough.
Last night, a group of people travelled from outside Southend into our city, intent on committing crime and disorder. 2 people were taken to hospital. Thankfully, their injuries are no longer life-threatening or life-changing.
But it wasn't just the music that was the problem, it was everything connected to it. In the early years of drill, it was almost impossible not to see what was going on. Periscope live streams broadcasted all the latest dramas. Snapchat stories showcased all the back and forths. And the Instagram was used to glorify the whole thing. No matter where you was in the UK, you could see exactly how these gang members were living, and many sought to replicate. The drill culture was spreading faster than anyone could imagine. Birmingham, Manchester, Liverpool, major cities which already had a crime problem ramped up. But the problem was it was going to other places which didn't have a problem. Places like Ipswich, Bristol, Hampshire, Bournemouth, and the influence even began creeping into international markets. Amsterdam, Sydney, Lisbon, all began doing the same stuff, wearing the same clothes, making the same music and creating the same chaos. But this isn't anything shocking or new, this is simple psychology. Music has always shaped behavior, not because it hypnotizes people, but because it changes norms, it shapes identity, and more than not, it determines what is cool. In the 50s, rock and roll was the thing, and what did this do? It changed the clothing style, created rebellion, and inspired.
Facts, music does always have an influence, that is factual. Music does always have an influence. You can't say drill didn't have an influence. Numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you drill did have an influence. But can we blame the artist? Hell no, we can't blame the artist. Nah, we cannot blame the artist for this because bro, they just see it as an escape, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, maybe the ones who started doing drill after drill became a thing, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the ones who started gangbanging after drill became a thing. I don't know about them artists, but the ones who were already gangbanging and the ones who were already in the streets, they saw music, they saw drill as an escape route. So you can't blame the artist, man. But yeah, music does always have an influence, factual. And as much as people won't like to admit it, drill did have an influence on a lot of youths. A lot of youths who now think it's cool to go in the street and swing a knife about, which it's not, by the way. It's not.
A new party culture. Musicians like the Beatles and Bob Dylan contributed to a massive rise in anti-war activism, and drill music no doubtedly had its own effect. And if you think the numbers are a coincidence, let's look at other examples. New York, the same thing. The homicide rate drops year on year dramatically. In 2018 it even hit the lowest since 1965. Then what happens? The Bronx drill scene pops off, and in just 3 years the amount of yearly homicides doubles. And this has happened any and everywhere the drill scene has reached. The Met saw the problem early and tried to take action. Police began restricting artists using criminal behavior orders, which gives courts powers to prohibit criminals doing specific acts. The police were playing the slow game. They'd closely monitor drill artists, pin them to crimes, and serve them criminal behavior orders that would prevent them from making music. The first
And you know what? It low-key worked. If you look at it now, it low-key worked, because look how much drill artists are locked up right now. Look how much drill artists, and it's all the main ones. It's all the main ones. SJ, Suspect, even in, what's it called, even in New York as well, K-Flock, like all the main ones locked up, so it low-key did work.
artist they done this to was one of the
drill, like it low-key did work, because all the main artists got locked up, and drill has died down a lot in the recent years. You know what I'm saying? It has died down a lot.
first drill rappers to jump on the scene, a rapper called Scribs. Scribs actually received his order before CBOs were even a thing, but was handed an antisocial behavior order, which was pretty much the same concept, and that stopped him from performing under his alias. But they done this to quite a few rappers like Skengdo, AM and Rico Rax, all hit with different CBOs that stopped them from doing a range of things, like performing, rapping and using specific words in their raps, pretty much trying to restrict anything they could rationalize and call. But overall this done nothing. Rappers began wearing masks or using different rap names, forcing the police to try a new tactic that nearly killed off the whole genre altogether. 2018 to 19, drill music was at its peak. New artists were emerging all across London, hitting tens of millions of views. You had rappers making viral songs with catchy hooks and viral dances connected to it, like Gun Lean, a song made by a drill rapper named Russ, which had kids in school replicating his dance to a song boasting about guns and shootings. The genre was creeping into the mainstream, giving the country a rare insight into a culture of violence unseen in many regions. You now had drill rappers that were still in the streets with millions of eyes on them, pulling up to rival areas on social media and going back and forth on Insta Live.
Your name, see that your name, blah blah blah. Brother, I don't get no yaks, fam. So well, we said I'm getting you in trouble, innit?
You'd think these two rappers getting into it were friends the way they were speaking, but they were really two rival drill rappers situated in southeast London.
Hundreds always kill me, bro. These motherfuckers be on live chatting like their mates and shit. Really, they want to take each other's life. Dead ass, bro. Happens with the New York drill rappers as well, swear down.
Tuned in live, and hundreds of thousands watched the re-upload of both parties mocking each other, talking about attacks and snitching allegations, as if no one was watching them. The guy at the top of the screen, his rap name is Loose Screw from a gang called Moscow 17. The guy at the bottom, that's Quengface, a rapper from a group named Zone 2. And at the time, both of their gangs were getting into it deeply. 2 months after this live, another rapper from the Moscow side was shot dead playing football at a local park, in a murder still unsolved till this very day. And only a few months after that, Moscow would lose another rapper, Incognito, in a robbery gone wrong which left him with 2 stab wounds. This was in the same year Incognito himself would beat a murder trial of an affiliated Zone 2 member known as Abs. Incognito beating a murder case gave him instant notoriety in the drill scene. Being connected to a murder is the drill version of winning a Grammy. It's that verification that you're living what you're rapping, and has elevated pretty much every rapper's career that has been connected to one. Take Suspect, a drill rapper from a gang located in Camden, who found himself to be one of the biggest drill rappers to come out of the scene. Yeah, not only because
it was tough, bro. You can't even cut, bro. You can't even lie, bro. Suspect was tough.
Of his music, but because of his reputation on the street. Social media connected him to a whole host of attacks and murders, which elevated his career to near stardom level before being caught on the run in Kenya and extradited back to the UK to face murder charges, even further boosting his reputation, setting a standard that other drill rappers look to replicate. Look at what happened recently. A drill rapper named,
you know, D-Sav, bruh. Yo, we covered this whole situation. Go check out the videos if you haven't already. But D-Sav, bro, this guy, yo, this guy is a menace. How you escape prison twice and then start trolling the feds?
D-Sav broke out of custody. Not once, but
I'm that guy, the boss of UK.
twice, dropping a tune while on the run which blew up all over social media. It all glorifies the violence and the numbers reflect it. In 2018, while drill music was at its peak, homicides hit 739 across the UK, a 13% increase from the year previous, a 46% increase from 2014, and the highest amount since 2007. And of course, this isn't all just a complete reflection of drill music, but the amount of gang-related homicides took up a large portion of these murders, so the police decided to take action and hit the genre with the biggest crackdown in British history.
Scotland Yard has asked YouTube to remove around 50 drill videos they say incite violence. Now the video sharing site has removed more than 30.
May 29th, 2018, 30 drill music videos are taken off YouTube in the first wave of many to come. Drill music became the single most restricted genre in the UK. Radio stations were pressured to take it off the air. Certain lyrics earned immediate removals from streaming platforms, and many artists were banned from performing anywhere in the UK, forcing a much more commercialized form of drill, which we see much more now. Today, the heydays of drill artists dissing each other and garnering millions of views while doing so is effectively dead.
That is true. Nowadays, you don't get that authentic. It's not authentic no more, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers ain't so raw with it and motherfuckers ain't so violent. Now it's more like commercial type shit, you know what I'm saying? So it low-key did work and it killed the genre. Let's be real, it did kill the genre.
And there may be a coincidence, but in the same way, knife-related crimes has also decreased alongside that. But who knows, it may all be one crazy, very consistent coincidence.
So this is how UK drill changed Britain forever. You know what I'm saying? It's just this is probably the best comment, right? Yeah. It's the escape for the people rapping, but the cause for people listening. I feel like that's the best comment. Like, I feel like that's the best way to explain it, bro. For the people rapping about it, it's the escape in it, bro. It's their way out. But for the people listening, it's the cause. So yeah, I agree with that comment. But yeah, man. But at the same time, bro, you can listen to drill and not want to go outside and stab someone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I listen to drill, you know what I'm saying? I used to listen to fucking Russ Millions, Digga D, all that back in the day, back in high school and shit. I never wanted to stab no one, you know what I'm saying? I never thought I was like that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But yeah, let me know what you all think down below in the comments. This is how UK drill changed Britain forever. Drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, it's been your boy JJ Brom. Take care, God bless and peace, man. Much love.